What's up everyone, Mortal Snow here. Today we're going to be reacting to a video from my boy Litzy here, where he basically is talking about Fortnite content is dying. I'm going to do it completely fresh, not seeing it or anything yet. I'm going to go into this as my legit reaction. I'm going to give my opinions, my thoughts. So let's get straight into the video.
Today we're doing the Four Corner All Mythic Challenge in Chapter 2 Remix.
Welcome to the Four Corner OG Challenge.
This is the $1,000 fashion show.
We are doing a little Marvel fashion show.
God, it is absolute brain rot. I'm so tired of hearing those. Four Corner Challenge! I snuck into this guy's fashion show. I'm going undercover in Nick 30's custom game. It's Fortnite brain rot. It's awful. These videos are just, they're terrible. They're just terrible. I can't watch them. I can't watch these videos. Mentally, it's almost as bad as watching a Cyan video. I can't watch these.
Why does it feel like every single Fortnite video you watch nowadays gives you this weird feeling of deja vu?
I would say that, and also massive brain rot. Massive brain rot. It's Fortnite brain rot.
Single video about Fortnite feels the same. Fortnite fashion show.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to pause the video too much, but they're doing. It's because all these creators do the same thing. They do the same thing because it works. The videos are popular, they work, so they just keep redoing them. And I don't necessarily think it's the video itself, the concept of the video, that's the reason why it does work. It's because it's got the massive IP, not IP, sorry. It's got the massive name behind it. Nick 30 doing fashion show. If some random YouTuber, small YouTuber did a fashion show video, and someone's fashion show, probably wouldn't do that well. It's because the fact it's a massive name, two massive names behind it, which is why it does well, I think. The huge reason why it does well. And also, I think the video is, people just do it. These big creators do it because they have big names behind these videos, and they just do well. And that's why people continue to keep. That's why these YouTubers just keep redoing them, which is sad. Because I wish YouTubers would experiment with content. I think the way Fortnite content is at the moment, most big creators, it's so stale and boring. We need something different.
It was Fortnite, but I snuck into yada yada yada's tournament. Fortnite, but we do a challenge video for the 88th time, and it always seems to be just the same thing but a different season. And even me. Fortnite commentary, same voice, different topic about a current event happening inside the game.
I mean, yeah, but it's feel like you're very different content creator. Like, obviously, Lit here just does commentaries, he does does videos, discussions on different topics or dramas or things going on within Fortnite. YouTubers that he's talking about, like big creators, they don't do that. They do the same sort of thing because they're big creators, they have massive followings. A lot of these creators blew up on YouTube when YouTube wasn't that dominated of space. So they're all now, because they've all got big names now, they don't have to compete anywhere near as much as YouTubers do nowadays. YouTube's a lot more obviously a competitive space nowadays than it was back when they blew up. Not trying to take away from like their success, but I'm just saying YouTube's nowhere near as competitive back then when they blew up. So it was way easier for those creators to blow up than it would be now. If those creators had just started YouTube nowadays, it wouldn't be. A lot of them might not have even blown up because it's just so hard to blow up. And that's not even saying content's bad. Your content, even if your content's good, it's still hard to blow up. YouTube is so competitive nowadays, and you know, these YouTubers just know that these videos that these YouTubers keep doing, these big YouTubers keep reusing. They know they do well. That's just why they keep reusing them, because that's a safe option. They do well. They make them money, so they just keep redoing them. And yeah, it's sad that YouTube. I feel like that's just not going to change, or at least for a very long time, until hopefully at least some point changes. But I just don't see it changing, unfortunately.
What is happening? Why is there only a few extremely good original Fortnite content made on YouTube once in a blue moon?
Because, again, there's only a small number of creators who are actually taking the risks and willing to experiment and actually take risks. Most of these creators don't want to because they're just scared that these videos won't do well, and they won't. They want their name. They want their videos to thrive and do really well, and they're scared to do a video that might not do that well. So they just rely on the safe option, which are these basic hide and seek, fashion show, boring ass videos that do well. They just resort to those because they know they do well, because they just reuse them. So. I mean, I can't blame them. It's a smart business tactic in a way, if you think about it. It does well, so why not just do it again? But, it's...
Is it even a problem with creators? Is it a problem with Fortnite itself? Or is it just a problem with me?
It's not a problem with it. It's not a problem with Fortnite itself. It's a problem with the creators. The creators are just not strong enough and not brave enough to risk and experiment with different types of content. They just want to rely on the stuff they know that does well and they know that works, so they don't lose anything in a way. They don't lose not lose their channel, you know what I mean? They don't want to lose their viewership, they want to maintain their viewership. They know that these videos are safe, they do well. They just want to rely on the stuff they know they do well. They don't want to leave their comfort zone and just do the stuff that they know does well.
Anyways, hey, I'm Litzy, your favorite yappin' yapper.
Hi,
Happy
Lit.
2025. Sorry for my extended away this time around from both video content and...
I know, okay, look, I do as I said, but I feel like he says that every video. I feel like every intro he says, sorry for, like, my massive gap away. I feel like he does massive gaps between each video, which is fair, fine, he does, the videos he does are really good. I'm just saying, I feel like every video, I'm getting deja vu just from hearing him say that. I feel like every video at the beginning he says, sorry for my long gap. I don't know, maybe I'm just wrong, but I feel like I've heard him say that quite a few times, but, you know, it's fine, because his videos are really good, though.
And streaming in general. I needed a break from Fortnite. As much as I enjoy it right now, I just needed a break after my first ever full year of streaming it and
That's
actually
fair.
making content.
I mean, look, think like for me, Lit, I've been making content for like what, 6 years now, over 6 years. It's, you know, look, I'm not trying to say YouTube, like, you know, it's really hard, you know. It's obviously nowhere near as hard as a 9 to 5, and I'm working a real life job, so I know it's nowhere near as hard as a real life job, especially the real life job I do. If I compare it to YouTube, YouTube's like a dream. It's so much easier. That doesn't mean it's not hard at all. It does get stressful at times. It does get time consuming at times. Like for me, I'm streaming like almost every single day. I'm making content all the time, pumping out videos mostly every week. Shorts, I'm starting to do a lot more recently now, and I've been doing it for over 6 years. It's, you know, it does drain a lot out of you. You know, it does drain a lot. I know that, and I've got experience because I've been doing this for like literally over 6 years now. So. Kind of on my 7th year this year, so.
Content on it. I want to thank you all, my fans, my friends, my viewers. I couldn't be doing what I love here on YouTube without y'all. By the way, make sure to leave your concepts for collabs you'd want to see inside of Fortnite in the comments down below. Feel free to go into as much detail as you want.
I still don't understand what the fuck looks like we didn't get Sonic 3. We get Skibbity Toilet, you know, we get Skibbity Toilet, but we don't get Sonic 3. It doesn't make any sense to me, man. It doesn't make sense at all. There must be something to do with the IP and the brand, but they won't allow it in Fortnite or something like that at the moment. Because there's no way it's anything to do with Fortnite themselves not wanting it. Like, it's obviously something to do with, you know, Sonic. It's not Fortnite, because otherwise Sonic would have been in the game. There's no way it wouldn't be, man. It would fit so perfectly, man. It would fit so perfectly, bro. And that's coming from me, and I'm not even like the huge Sonic fan. I like Sonic, but you know, think about Lit. Lit like loves Sonic, bro. You know, so I feel bad for him.
I will read every single one and even include one of y'all in an upcoming video where I discuss Fortnite collaborations that could come to the game. That being said, like and subscribe, help me get to 1,500 subs because we are so close, and let's get into it. So what exactly is going on with Fortnite content? Fortnite is a game...
Absolutely nothing going on for the content. It's stale and just crap at the moment. At least in terms of the big creators, the really big top creators. You've got smaller creators who are just upcoming, like Clark and stuff like that. I mean, Clen, Miss JLY, you know, Tedious, Toon Spider, like Sire, people like that. The smaller creators that are kind of coming up, upcoming creators. They're the ones who are, like, I feel like should be the new big face of Fortnite. Honestly, their content is like 1,000,000 times better than these big creators, man, because they take risks, they experiment, because they have to, like, they basically have to scrape and claw to try and get videos to do well. They have to come up with really like unique ideas. These big creators don't have to. They can just rely on the shit that does well. Right.
Game that is constantly evolving, so how the heck does the game's content fall so far behind? Honestly, the answer just straight up is, it's next to impossible to create original ideas for a game like Fortnite now that the game has had a centralized gameplay style for 7 years, going on 8. That just being the main Battle Royale itself. As much as Fortnite...
I don't think it's necessarily the fact that it's just because it's been out for so long, it's kind of hard to make it. Yeah, obviously it's hard to make it, but it's still possible. It's just these creators don't want to, because these big videos, they already do loads of, they do it all the time, and do lots. They know they do well. I know I've said it a few times already, but they know it does well. So they just keep redoing it, and instead of taking risks, they don't want to, you know, lose viewership. They just want to keep doing the stuff that they know does well. That's why it is. Not necessarily because it's hard. It is hard, but they can easily still come up with new ideas nowadays. It's just they don't want to. They just want to rely on what does well.
Evolves, a large amount of the Fortnite community will always tell you that the core Fortnite is Battle Royale. The Battle Royale game mode, despite not being what Fortnite truly was at the start, which was save the world, is what made Fortnite as popular as it is today.
I mean, that is just a fact. Like, let's be real here. As cool as all the other modes we have in Fortnite is, if it wasn't for Fortnite Battle Royale, Fortnite wouldn't be in the position it is today. Take Fortnite if it was just a save the world game. Right? If Battle Royale never came out, Fortnite owes literally so much everything, pretty much everything for Epic Games Fortnite owe to Battle Royale. Battle Royale literally made this game. This game was nothing really when Slave World was saying. It was not that well known. Battle Royale, Fortnite, absolutely blew this shit up, blew this game up, right? A cartoon shooter where you could build and crank 90s, it hadn't been done before, man. A Battle Royale like that had never been done before. And around the time Fortnite Battle Royale started blowing up, it was around the time the Battle Royale genre was starting to take off, like with PUBG and stuff like that. And Fortnite wanted to compete with that, so they just made this mode. They made something really quickly. They made it like quickly within a month. Did not expect it to do well at all. Made it still the plan to make save the world their core Fortnite, and all of a sudden, bam! BR just blew up out of proportion. Completely blew up. 20 million players, shit like that. It was incredible. And then they just focused, and then because of that, they just prioritized BR and shifted over to BR and prioritized it. And made it into what it is today, and now they've started to expand now into more stuff. But a lot of that stuff they expanded to, they wouldn't even been in a position to even do that if it wasn't for Battle Royale blowing up their game to begin with. So they do owe a lot to Battle Royale.
Day. Now, as much as Battle Royale itself will change and evolve with every new season, and especially with every new chapter, it is still, ultimately, last man standing wins. No matter how big the map or loot pool is, the gameplay style of Fortnite is straightforward. It's linear. Of course, what you get to do throughout the game to eventually get to that ending is different, especially with every new season or chapter, at least as much as those seasons or chapters would allow. And even with Fortnite experimenting with new game modes entirely, like Lego, Rocket Racing, Ballistic, etc., all the original content for those games will swiftly run dry, which the same thing can apply to new Fortnite seasons and or chapters, where creators will swiftly use up all the content that they can possibly make about all the new features added before the season is even over. So what does all this mean?
I mean, yeah, the gameplay style of Fortnite is the same in a way, not the style, but the way it works. 100 players, you'll also be last one standing. But I feel like that's not really that big of a deal. That obviously can't just change. It's the whole point of what Battle Royale is. As for anything, Battle Royale is just last one standing. But Fortnite do a really good well at keeping things fresh, keeping things different. Each chapter, honestly, in my opinion, just feels like a completely different game. If you compare where we are in Chapter 6, it's completely different to what we were doing happening in Chapter 5. Every chapter, honestly, feels like a new game. That's how it's and as long as they keep adding drastic changes to the game and drastic ways to play the game to be the last one standing, Fortnite will still stay on top and it will still thrive. You got Marvel Rivals came out a bit ago. Marvel Rivals is good, but I still think I disclose it completely as being a competitor for Fortnite. It's nowhere near on Fortnite's level. People are talking about it right now because it's a game similar to another game, Overwatch, but just with a bigger IP behind it. That's why it's the shit right now. That's why people are talking about it. I'm not saying the game is bad. It is good, but I think, you know, because loads of people talk about it and why it's taking the internet by storm is because it's a brand new game. It's a month. It's only been a month. People are saying, well, it is really good because it maintains player base. The game's been out for just over a month. Over a month is not that long, right? Not just say the game's bad, but I do think it's because it's just a massive game similar to another game with a bigger IP behind it, and that's why it's taking the internet by storm. Okay, because gaming is in quite a dry space at the moment. I feel like that's why. But I don't think Marvel Rivals, in my opinion, is a competitor for Fortnite, because they're two different types of gameplay types. It's not a competitor for Fortnite. They're both completely different types, scratching two different itches. They're both completely different types of gameplay. They don't really, so, you know, different types of players, you know, like those two. So I guess some people might shift over from Fortnite. So I know at Ninja, a lot of people are shifting over and playing it. But that's just for now. It's a new game. You know, I think most of those people will just come back to Fortnite and go back to other games they were playing before after a while. Not saying the game will die, but I don't think it'll, you know, be as big as it is now forever. Like, you know, not like I feel like in a few months it'll die down. But
it means that Fortnite, for as popular as it is and how it manages to keep players invested with its game via constant updates and evolution, is still ultimately a linear experience, at least for Battle Royale, if anything. To give an example of this, let's take Minecraft, a game that is still a massive game with a massive content creator scene despite coming out in 2009. Well, it's just because Minecraft isn't as linear as Fortnite is. It's a open world survival game with the ability to mod that game to make it your own perfect experience. Right when you think content on the game has drained and nobody's able to make any more original content, someone else comes in with a new original idea for content on the game and the video will absolutely skyrocket. This is all to say, Fortnite, even though it has creative, multiple updates, and all this stuff to keep the game itself fresh, doesn't exactly help the content creator scene.
It does. Okay, I'm gonna have to disagree there. I'm not, just because, there's that content they have throughout the seasons isn't enough. Yeah, I know, to, help out the content for all the content creators throughout the whole season. I know that. Okay, I know that. Alright, but creators could still come up with original ideas. There's still loads of ideas that haven't been done. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I know there's so many ideas of videos that still could be done. Creators just do these other videos and reuse these videos, not because there isn't anything else to do. It's because they're the safe option. They do well, and they don't want to take risks and do something that might, be a drawback and might not do well. They just want to rely on what does well. Okay, there's loads of things they could do. They could easily come up with other stuff, right? They just don't want to. Not necessarily easily, but they could definitely do it. They just don't want to because they want to do what does well. Okay.
Ultimately, the reason why Fortnite content never feels original nowadays is just because of the game itself and not really at the fault of the creator.
It is at the fault of the creators. I have to completely disagree there. It's not the game's fault. They are different unique ideas they could come up with. Okay? Like, they could. They just want to rely on what does well because it does well, and they don't want to take risks, and they don't want to just rely on, again, what does well. That's what it is. It is not the game's fault. It is the creators are just lazy and they just want to do what does well. Okay? It is. It is. It's not the game's fault.
The game just doesn't offer the kind of freedom other games like Minecraft or Gmod offer that keep those games relevant long after a decade of existence, that don't rely as heavily on updates as Fortnite does to stay alive. With a game like Fortnite that has had the same linear gameplay style for most of its entire lifetime, it makes sense why people would realistically run out of ideas for the game after the game existed basically the exact same way for so long. Only thing I wish from content creators now is that if you're a Fortnite content creator, don't worry about trying as hard as you can to be original, because that is almost impossible. But instead, just work on being the best you are at what kind of content you do. If you're a commentary channel, try to be the best commentary channel there is out there. If you do Fortnite clips or anything, try to make some funny clips. Just try to be the best you are at what you do inside the Fortnite space, and you will still find success. Now, before I go, I do want to quickly shout out a bunch of content creators I believe you all should check out. Their content isn't exactly original to Fortnite, but they are still creators who make incredible content in those fields. Who absolutely...
I just want to say, again, some of the thoughts I have, again, I know I said it earlier, but I don't think it's the game's fault. I feel like, yes, I know it's harder to make regional ideas because so much has been done, but there is still some type videos that people could easily come up with and do. I keep saying easily, but not easily, but it's still videos, ideas people come up with. The creators do these videos over and over again because they do well, and because it's harder to come up with ideas, and they just don't want to put the effort into coming up with really, lots of effort into coming up with really good ideas that might not do well. Okay, it's just harder to come up with ideas nowadays. They just reuse what does well instead of taking risks and trying to think about other things and just do what does well. That's why they do it. It's not the game's fault. The creators can reach out to other things, but they just don't, because they just want to do what does well, and they don't want to try and really hard to think of something that could be different.
Absolutely deserve to be seen. Those creators being Tedious X, Clark Quent Gaming, iTalk, Tater Pie, Mr. JOI, and finally, Wanted Galaxy. All these creators' channels can be found in the description of this video. I mentioned them all because their content, even if all done before, is real. People like Jay, Clint, iTalk, and Clark especially are just people speaking about their mind on the game in the most respectful way possible. To the point where every time one of them uploads, I am always there to watch their new videos because I value their opinions. Also, shout out to Tater, who just makes funny animations on YouTube. That's why you guys should check them out. Also, I do want to give some credit to a very popular Fortnite creator who doesn't need any introductions. Laserbeam is genuinely one of the only non-commentary...
He is one of the only, I think he's one of the only big, massive YouTubers who still makes good type content that isn't just brain rot and just boring shit. He's one of the only ones that still stands out, in my opinion, to me.
Fortnite channels out there that I will enjoy every new video released by.
God, I love his promo picture.
One of the only Fortnite creators out there that I still see coming up with very new, funny, and original ideas for this game and its content, even to this day. The Meme Olympics, every Fortnite achievement, and just proactively destroying Fortnite in every way possible will never not be entertaining to me. Anyways, That's enough glazing a YouTuber with well over
Sick,
20
man.
million subscribers.
He is the GOAT.
Thank
He's
you
amazing.
so much for making it to the end of this video. The concept of this video kind of just came to me after searching up Fortnite on YouTube without an account and basically just the same content upload.
Just the whole rot scrolling down of just brain rot, brain rot, brain rot.
By different creators was copied and pasted over and over and over again, but I digress. Make sure to like and subscribe. It's entirely free and you could always change your mind later. Helps me out way more than you could possibly imagine. Remember to leave a comment on both the video itself and any potential collabs you'd like to see inside of Fortnite, along with how you would implement them, and I'll include one of y'all's submissions in an upcoming video where I discuss collabs I'd want to see in this game, as well as how I would implement them. Finally, one more massive shout out to my incredible editor and friend, Channel Pup. Go check him out if you like Sonic and superheroes, or occasionally Doctor Who, I don't know, sometimes if you're into that.
Nitron's into that.
Anyways, love you all. Thank you for an incredible 2024, and stay lit, and I'll see you later. Good night.
Let's go. Anyway, I appreciate watching the video. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.